Hi thinkers, welcome to the Android development course on ThinkX Academy. In this tutorial, I'm going to give you a whole roadmap of how to become a professional Android developer. So basically in this video, I will show you what are the things that a professional Android developer should know, right? So we will cover them one by one. So this course will include the tutorials related to these concepts, and basically the strategy is that we're going to learn by doing, right? So we're going to create an Android app which will be an e-commerce app, and this I have chosen according to the poll or the voting mechanism that I have posted in the community tab. So most of the people prefer that we should create an e-commerce app, right? So we are going to create the e-commerce app that will have all these features, and you will be able to understand these features. Now first of all, this is not a theoretical course, this is a practical course where we are going to create the e-commerce app, and we are also going to learn how the development of some Android application works. Like it includes testing and fixing a lot of bugs, right? So this is the first course on ThinkX Academy which is that much practical, which actually includes a whole project like thing. So this is actually a whole project, right? So without wasting your time, let's just dive into the roadmap. So basically I have divided the Android development into three sections. First of all, important thing is we are going to use the Java programming language, and the major reason is because I have proficiency in Java. I have done web development in Java, and that's why we are going to use it. You can also use Kotlin, but this course specifically we are going to use the Java programming language, right? So the course, this whole course is already it will be available for free on this YouTube channel. So make sure to subscribe our YouTube channel and also enable the notifications, because whenever we will upload any video related to Android development, you will get a notification for that, right? So let's start with the first section, which is this one. We will start with the Android Studio basics, right? So the first question is where we are going to create the Android application, where the IDE that we are going to use in this development process is the Android Studio, right? If you're a complete beginner, I will start the course with the complete basics thing, and then we will move on to some advanced topics also. We will start by installing the Android Studio and also understanding the Android Studio tools and the whole IDE, which is the development environment, and we will understand how what are the features that this IDE provides, right? Then we will understand some important terms like what is Gradle, what is an SDKs, and there are some more things also which includes in the project structure. So we will create the e-commerce app project, and it will have some project structure. I will create a whole tutorial on all of these. And then we have Git integration. So if you are familiar with GitHub, basically you will understand Git integration. One very important thing is that we are going to I'm particularly going to deploy this e-commerce app on GitHub. So all the programming codes will be available on the GitHub, and I will provide the link to the GitHub project in the first tutorial, which will come very soon, and from there you can actually take the whole codes, right? Then we will understand some testing tools. Basically we are going to use JUnit, and there are some other testing tools also, and that's majorly because we want to also test some of the functions inside of Android Studio. Next comes monitoring network and memory. So in any application we need to understand whether there are some memory leaks or not, or whether the network request that that the application is sending they are limited or not, right? We will have to handle all these things. So we will learn all of these concepts. These are just the you can consider them as the the top line of the Android development. There are some underlying important concepts also which I have not included in this video, but as we will go through the whole course, you will understand more and more things. For example, you can see here that I have not mentioned the integration of maps, right? So we can integrate Google Maps in the Android development, which I have not included here. We will do that also. We will implement it inside of our e-commerce app to basically track the orders, and there are some other things as well. So we are going, I have not written them here, but obviously we are going to learn more things inside of this whole course. So this course will start from the basics, right? We will start with the basics of Android Studio. We will understand the project structure. Now moving on to these two sections. Now every Android app, basically in Android application we have the Android Studio provides a project structure in such a manner that UI interface and functionality is separated, right? So let's understand what is user interface. So whenever we create an Android application, you can see in any Android app you have some buttons, you have various things like text and images, right? There are some advanced UI elements also, like you can see fragments, some views like recycler views, right? We will discuss all of them. So UI is basically how the Android app looks like, right? So we will create the e-commerce app, right? So in that, for example, we will learn how to create UI elements which basically represent what the user is interacting with inside of the app. Now this is actually done using XML. So we will have to understand Android XML, which is different from the traditional XML, right? Not much different, but you see in Android, when we create the UI, the XML is very important to learn. There are a lot of parameters that we will have to understand in the Android XML, right? So if you have no knowledge in XML, no need to worry, because we are going to complete this whole thing, the whole Android XML in this tutorial, in this whole course. Then we have some important layouts, linear layouts, and there are some other layouts as well, grid layout, constraint layout. We are going to implement them, right? So this is not a theoretical course where I am going to just tell you what particular element is doing. We are actually going to implement it. Now we have the Google Material Library. You can search for the Google Material Library on you can search it on Google. Google Material Library basically provides the material design, right? So you can check that out. I will give a link to that also in the description. It basically gives a material theme to your Android app, because material theme is the basic UI and it basically is very interactive, and when the user, it is very simple to understand for the user. So we will implement that also, and there are several other UI libraries that we will also use to get some additional functionality related to UI in the Android application of the e-commerce app. Then we have some important concepts, which is fragments, view pagers, recycler view, and there are some more other UI elements, right? We will discuss all of them under the UI section. After studying the UI section, we will also study the functionality. Now let's say you create a button, right? So let's say we have in the Android application, we have created a button which is a buy button, right? Now we can do that using the UI, but what will happen when I click this button, right? So that includes in the functionality part, and basically Java programming is used to add functionality to the UI or to perform some other features like background async task, which is to perform some background, you can say if you want to send some background, some request, which is the GET request or some HTTP request in the background, and basically we will use PHP as the server side language to implement some of the background tasks, right? So for example, if a user buys something, we can create the button using the UI, but using the functionality, which is by adding the listeners and callbacks, we can actually make the button do something, right? So if we click this button, we can actually program it to perform some operation, like it can perform some background async tasks, right? Then we have some more libraries, right? Volley library, retrofit library, and there are some REST APIs also, which we will discuss in this whole course, right? So I'm just giving you an overview because an introduction to the course is necessary, so that everyone who is watching this course will be able to understand what are the things that we are going to discuss here, right? All the topics that we are going to cover. Then we have Firebase integration. Firebase is basically, it provides a lot of, it is basically an API, so it provides a lot of features which includes cloud messaging and authentication, right? So you might have seen that in some apps there is an option to sign in with Google, right? And if you have never seen that, you can also I have created an Android application, ThinkX Academy, where we upload all the courses, and basically the user will can sign in using Google and sign in using Facebook. So you can check that out. I will give the link to that app in the description of this video, so you can check that how it works. So basically this is implemented using Firebase, right? So we will include these features inside of the e-commerce app so that the user can authenticate using the Google and Facebook method, right? There are some other authentication methods also. Then comes some other features like multi-threaded programming, which is very important in Android development because we might need to perform some multiple things at the same time, right? So this is basically functionality, and there are some other things also like activities. What is an activity and what is an activity life cycle? We are not going to cover the theoretical part. We are going to actually implement it and actually test out these life cycle, the activity life cycle. So this is basically an overview of what we are going to cover in this course. If you have liked this introduction, make sure to like this video and also make sure to subscribe our channel. We'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.